Hello and welcome back to another edition of Logician Tim Learns with me, your host, Logician Tim. This is the show where you get to watch me go from a total gaming newbie to a more informed gaming newbie. How about that? What is going on, Misfits? What's going on, Dwayne O'Brien over there on Facebook? Good to see you, my dude. Yeah, I'm finally back after being gone like a week or so. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos on Genesis RPG while I was gone. They were originally streamed back in March in the Misfits of Tabletop Facebook group. Shameless plug. If you're not a member there, just scroll down in the comments and join. But yeah, I just never aired the Genesis videos on YouTube before. So I had them scheduled to go out while I was out of town, although I messed up on the scheduling and I meant to release the report card yesterday, Monday, and somehow it got scheduled for today because I messed up the dates by mistake. I know I had one job, Timbo. I had one job. I failed. But anyways, it's all up there now. Hope you enjoyed watching Genesis as much as I do. It is an actual masterpiece of artwork and literature. It's fantastic. I mean, I think some of the gameplay was decent. It was good, but the artwork and the literature is incredible. Just go out and buy it. I'm just telling you, go out and buy it. So tonight's stream is going to be a little bit different. I just got back from my first Gen Con, and it was amazing. I just wanted to take a few minutes to share my experiences with you. Kind of just let you know what happened and kind of what I was doing there. Maybe share some pictures and some videos, some thoughts. So that's basically what I'm going to do. First off, I got to meet a couple of people that knew me from the Facebook groups and from my YouTube. I think Fred Daniels, if I remember your name right, stopped by. He was on YouTube. He stopped by and said hello. I wanted to get a picture with him. I actually kind of searched you out, Fred, if you're watching. I couldn't find you again. I wanted to get a selfie with you, but I couldn't find you. And I tried to find you on Misfits Tabletop, but I was going to DM you, but it just didn't work. So, but I tried, man. But thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. That was really, really cool. So glad you did that. So first, I want to give you a little bit of convention background for me for gaming conventions. Now, last year, I went to my first ever gaming convention in Columbus, Ohio, and that was Origins. And our hotel was like 3/4 of a mile away from the convention, and we pretty much walked there every morning and walked back home. And I was not used to walking that much, and I was like pretty exhausted, and it was really hard to enjoy the show very much, to be honest. I mean, I met a lot of really cool people there, and had a decent time overall. I was just exhausted. I even wrote a blog post on it, and you could just tell I wrote it right when I got home. I was still just dead tired. And Origins is primarily a board game convention, and I didn't really see many RPGs there at all. And it seemed to be more of a convention around, I guess, board game industry people, kind of meeting up and hobnobbing, which is kind of fun if you're into that sort of thing. You get to kind of meet some of the big YouTubers and the influencers and stuff like that all there. And it was kind of cool. I got to meet some really cool people there. Now, after that, I went to PAX U in December. Last year up in Philly with Scott. It was just me and Scott went. We didn't have a booth there. It was just me and him attended. And PAX U was really cool. It was fairly small as far as like the number of booths go. But the place was big in the fact that they had tons of tables set up everywhere with literally thousands of people side by side, like almost like cafeteria style, playing board games everywhere that you looked. It was really cool. The atmosphere is really laid back at PAX U, and it's really about kind of actually playing the games and getting to try out those new games and meeting new people by playing games. And so, PAX U is a great experience for that. Now, after that, I went to Gamma, and that was earlier this year. And this is solely like an industry convention. This is where, like, if you're a designer or publisher, you'll go there to kind of meet up and make connections. There's all sorts of panels around like game design and publishing and all sorts of good stuff. Gamma's it's really more business than gaming. There's some gaming that kind of happens, but it's really more around the business aspect, where you get to learn more about what kind of goes on behind the scenes of the gaming industry. So that was kind of my whole experience leading up to where I was last week, and that was Gen Con. Last week, I got to go to Gen Con for the first time ever. Scott, who works for Dverse, also like one of my best friends, he told me how awesome it was last year, and but I honestly had nothing to compare it to, and honestly, I guess probably nothing he could have said would have prepared me for it anyway. The atmosphere it's almost electric, like right from the get-go. Like I said, I was there with Diverse Publishing. We did have a booth set up, so I got to go in early and, during setup, and you get to go in like an hour early before the convention starts and all that. It's kind of cool. And while everyone was setting up, there was just, I don't know, there's just this exciting feeling in the air. I mean, people were really working hard. The air conditioner wasn't on. They're trying to put their booths together. Everybody's sweating like crazy. And it was super hot, but they were all like smiling and joking and happy all at the same time. And you could tell that they were really excited to be there. And it was a labor of love. And it was me, Jay and Scott from Diverse Publishing, and also Viking Myke, who is the lead artist at Diverse. And our booth it's pretty small and easy to set up. I'm going to share some pictures with you guys. Scott, I know you hate my pictures, my photography. What's up, John Hoover, over there on Misfits Tabletop? Good to see you, my dude. Now, Scott hates my photography. That's okay. Get over it. These are just kind of snapshots I took. So I'm going to share them with you. I know I hate them, but yeah, we're going to watch them anyway, or see them anyway. So these are a couple of the quick shots that I took of our booth. It's just a 10 by 10 booth. And so you can kind of see what we got going on here at our booth. There's Scott. I got him eating a Mento. Yeah, you popping that Mento in your mouth. I don't know if you can see this right here. This is a candy of individually packed Mentos. And on the little container there, it says, this is candy and we are strangers. And people just seem to love that. And people come up and grab Mentos from us. And also, if you notice this giant dude right here in the middle, that's Targ the Carver. He's a badass. So yeah, he was sitting out there. What do I want to show you? Oh yeah. So this Targ the Carver, this guy is 2.5 foot bronze sculpture. Targ the Carver. I mean, check this bad boy out. He's insane. It brought a ton of attention to the booth. It's drawn by Michael Rechling, Viking Myke, and he's our lead artist. And it was sculpted by Herman Studios. Awesome bronze, and it's solid bronze, you guys. It weighs 230 pounds. Very solid. Like we tell people, go up there and touch him. It's solid, man. You can't hurt him. But I think what gave me the most anxiety about setting up, just picking up that heavy thing out of its crate and lifting it up and putting it on the table. But luckily for me, Scott and Viking Myke had it all covered, and I did not have to lift that heavy thing. So that's pretty cool. Let me go back here. That was pretty cool. Oh, wait, I did have another side picture here. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, there's him from the side. I mean, he's giant, you guys. Giant. So, big badass. This is what he is. Targ the Carver. All right. So, let's see. Did I tell you all that? Okay, yeah. So, the first thing we did, so the first night we kind of get there, we kind of get set up pretty quick because our booth is not that big. We can set it up pretty quick. And plus, we had like the next day to finalize setting up. So, we went out to this place called, I think it was called the Yard House. Yeah, the Yard House. And here's a picture of Scott. This is Scott on the right. This is Viking Myke on the left. He's the lead artist and the guy that drew Targ the Carver. And there they are with their yard-long beers. Badass, having a good old time, having some fun before everything began. So yeah, that was a good day. The next day was, like I said, like another setup day, but our booth was pretty much finished. We kind of went out there and finalized a few things. We walk around a little bit, just kind of taking it all in. Now, later on, the second night that we're there, or second day that we're there, we went to this place called Rathskellers. And this place is an authentic German restaurant with like an outdoor patio type area out back. They had like a live band playing. It was really chill. It was like, Indy is a really cool city, you guys. Like this is my first time going there. You can see this right here is the little outdoor area where we were sitting. There's Scott right there. I got his ugly mug right there. And there was a band playing back there. It was really awesome. The food was outstanding, and the atmosphere was just really chill, really laid back, and helped me to really kind of think and focus on the big day coming up tomorrow. There's a couple more shots of Rathskeller. Yeah. So what is up, Jade? What's up, my dude? Yeah, she was there at Gen Con. What is up? So then the next day we get there. This is opening day, okay? Thursday. We get there early, right? The hallways are super crowded beyond belief, like a sea of people that I had to weave through to just get into the hall, just with people waiting to get inside. inside, once I kind of got in there early, all the exhibitors were there. And they're running around trying to make final adjustments to their booths before the door opens and all that. I'm just kind of chilling, all right, this is about to happen. It's all very exciting, very exciting. And Scott goes, hey, man, you should actually head up to the front doors and just do a live stream with the doors opening. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do that. So I did a live stream, and I want to show you some of that now. Now, some of this, I've got to view it on Facebook because I streamed it in a private group. So you'll have to see this. It was epic, Myke. Yeah, it was, man. So I had to stream this on Facebook, and the Wi-Fi there wasn't it was kind of spotty. It was hit or miss. And so I guess like partway through, like right when the people started coming in, it started getting spotty. So I'm gonna share some of this with you. The sound should be off. But you can see kind of the people roaming in. I know it's pixelated, but you can see the people just flooding in the doors. It was a total madhouse, but everybody was really respectful. It was kind of like the Black Friday sale type stuff you see on TV, but nobody's pissed off about it. Everybody was smiling and happy. Nobody was running, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, these notifications keep popping up because I got to view them on Facebook. Sucks, I know, but that's what it is right now. But yeah, it was a total madhouse. And so like for the first few hours of each day, it kind of seemed like a lot of people were hunting targeted prey, is the way I kind of said it. They had their eyes on something that they knew that they wanted to go get, and so they would kind of just run to those places. Not run, but get quickly to those places. You can tell they were very focused, destination focused. Now, in the afternoons, you would notice that people would start to slow down and kind of go into like a discovery mode, okay? And they would spend more time just kind of leisurely walking around. You could see them just kind of looking at stuff, chatting and just kind of seeing what was all out there. And that's where a lot of people found the Diverse booth, and it was really, really cool. Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying, Jade. Yeah, all these people, they're like coming right at you. But it was kind of cool because like right before the doors open, well, the doors are literally open, but before they let people in, they do a chant. No, I don't want that next video to come up. They do a chant where they were like, don't run, don't run, don't run. And they have the whole audience, is screaming it. And so it's just kind of putting in everybody's mind, don't run. Like you'll get in there, no big deal, don't run. And so nobody gets hurt. And nobody that did that I saw, like everybody was really peaceful and calm, and it was pretty awesome. So let me see, I wanted to show you guys something else here. I got to flip back and forth because it's like all this media, you guys. I got to like work all this stream stuff. Sorry, it's crazy. I'll get better at this kind of stuff. But Jay kind of said, hey, man, you need to do kind of like a little blog thing about your experience with Gen Con. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse and out of my comfort zone. But, it's really cool. And I'm all about sharing cool experiences with you guys. And I'll get better at it, So now you guys know that I'm not super big on like nerd culture. I come from more of a corporate background. The way you see me dressed on these streams is how I dress pretty much every day. I wear button-down shirts. I'm kind of clean cut and those type of things. But as the con went on, something interesting began to happen. It happened to me. Like I started watching how happy everyone was and how cool being nerdy was, if you want to call it that, nerdy was. And it just kind of became contagious to me a little bit. And so much so that I started walking around. Let me get my picture back up. I started walking around and I found these elf ears, right? And they're really cool. And they would attach them to your ears, like right there at the booth. And like tons of people, everybody was wearing these elf ears everywhere. Some of them were really long elf ears. They stuck way out. Some of them were really short. But tons of people were wearing them. And I got into it so much that I ended up going back to this booth like many times because I was going to buy a set. I was going to have them put them right on me. But the line was just way too long every time I went. And I had to get back to the booth. I couldn't leave it that long. So I never got my elf ears. But the point being that the mindset of enjoying things because they're just fun. You can just kind of let go. It wears off on you. Like it's contagious. It's like being a part of something, bigger than yourself. And I can't really describe it any differently. That you just, it's not a fit in thing. It's just like a let go thing. And I can do whatever I want. I can be as goofy as I want. I can be as serious as I want, whatever. And it's just so contagious, the carefree attitude to be whatever you want to be, even if it's just for the day. I really wanted to have Logician Tim with some pointy ears walking around, because I just think it's silly, and it would have been a blast. I just didn't get it to. The lines were too long, because everybody else, I guess, had the same ideas that I had. Now, I did find a couple of panels that I was interested in, and I was able to attend one, and Jade is in here. Jade was on this panel that I was able to attend. This is just like one of the rooms with the events listed. There's like 100 events every day, and there's pretty much something for everyone. If you want to learn new games, there's like a section for that. You know, if you just wanted to buy stuff, just head to the exhibitors hall. If you want to just chill and play games, there were huge, gigantic rooms for that as well. And so yeah, Jade was there. Which one did you do, Jade? It was the was it Saturday? It was Saturday. It was, which one was it? Because I went to it, and it was the YouTubers Q&A. Is it even on here? It was at 5 p.m. How to stream your table. No, it wasn't that one. I don't even see it on here. No, here it is. It was on Thursday. Duh. I'm a dummy, you guys. Board Game YouTubers, a quick start guide. And Jade was on there. And it was really, really cool to see somebody that I know up there on a panel. And she did a great job, you guys. I learned some really cool stuff from that. So when you go to these things, it's not always about the shopping or always about the playing games. If you dive into one of these sessions, just grab a couple of these panels, and you can kind of chill and get off your feet for a few minutes too. You'll learn some cool stuff too. And you can meet some cool people. So awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Definitely recommend going to panels. Now, my favorite thing personally was just walking around the exhibitors hall and looking at all the stuff and all the people. I'm a people watcher, so I love it. I could just sit down in the hallway and watch people like the entire time. I love that kind of thing. So it was like heaven for me. I live streamed me just walking around a few times in the Misfits of Tabletop Facebook group. Let me go and I can kind of start this going for you guys. And you can see, sorry, like the video wouldn't let me turn it the other way. So, but it's pretty decent quality. Again, you can see this on Misfits of Tabletop if in that group on Facebook. If you're not a member, the link is in the description on YouTube. So you can go down there and hit it, and we'll accept you right in there. But yeah, tons of people dressing up in their cosplay or just dressing up for fun, and it was just a ton. I actually did try to stream on YouTube, but when I tried to from my mobile phone, it said I didn't meet the minimum requirements, whatever that means. I think I have to have like so many subscribers before I can stream from mobile, or for whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah, the place was absolutely crazy. But there's still plenty of room. You did have to kind of slow down through some of the aisles and stuff like that. This is just kind of me just kind of meandering around, talking to everybody on stream, just kind of showing what it's kind of like to walk into the front doors. But I did get to visit some really cool RPG publishers and some designer booths, which was pretty cool. No, don't do that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's go back here. Yeah. See, like, it's awful. I got to get this stuff figured out where I can download this stuff. Yeah, let me go back. There we go. All right, so I did get to visit some RPG publishers and designers booths. Free League Publishing was there, and they do Tales from the Loop. They also do Tales from the Flood, which quickly I picked up the copy of Tales from the Flood because Tales from the Loop is one of my all-time favorite games. And so I did get to pick up a copy of Things from the Flood, which is like the sequel to that. I did get to, Free League also does Coriolis and a couple other games. Coriolis is absolutely fantastic. Check that out too. Visited Talsorian Games, who did the Witcher RPG, and that's badass. I did a review on that, a deep dive into that. Cyberpunk, which I'm going to be doing a deep dive on that here soon. I think we picked up a couple starter sets of the Cyberpunk RPG that I'm looking forward to looking at here real soon. They also make some other cool RPGs, and that's by Pondsmith and the team over there. They're really, really awesome people. Some of the smartest people I think I've ever met. Like, I went to a couple panels of them, and it was absolutely just incredible. Now, another one I got to visit was Chaosium. You know, they did Call of Cthulhu, RuneQuest, you know, the big names from them. The Call of Cthulhu won a bunch of Ennies. Where's that at? Yeah, they won a bunch of Ennies I mean, tons of them. Best, where is it? Best art cover. Best rules, the Call of Cthulhu starter set won best rules. Best setting, Call of Cthulhu. There's a best supplement was the Gloranthia source book. They won a ton of awards there at Gen Con, and they definitely deserve it. They make some awesome stuff. So love me some Chaosium. Monty Cook Games was there. They make Numenera and a bunch of other awesome stuff. I got to meet those guys. They had a really cool thing set up where you could play like a mini adventure of Numenera. It was so cool, you guys. Like they had like a note card size piece of paper, like nicely done. And on the back was this beautiful piece of artwork. On the front, where the DM, it was like a DM and two players basically. And they would just sit there. They would show you the picture so you could see kind of the scene that you're in. They would read you what this was going on in the scene. Then they had little square kind of mini character sheets that were dry erase, so you could kind of dry erase stuff on your character sheet, and so you would be kind of the DM's kind of telling you what's going on, and you could just do all that kind of stuff right there in front of them. And it was probably like 15 minutes or 20 minutes long. I'm not sure. I really wanted to go to that, but it was packed. I never did get a chance to play it. But yeah, it was really, really awesome. I like the way that they did that, so that you could actually go in there and try to play. You could play the game of Numenera, get a taste of it before you bought it. And so, yeah, that's a great idea. We might incorporate that later on. I think it's just awesome. Six More Vodka was there. They're the ones that made Degenesis. I talked to them for a little while, and they showed me some of their new books that are coming out. So they have a couple of new things coming out here really soon. And their stuff is amazing. I got to talk to one of the new writers there about their writing, because their writing is like literature, very deep, very awesome, cool stuff. Who else was there? Modifius. What's up, Wes? Good to see you, my dude. Modifius was there. That's one of my favorite publishers. They did, I bought Tales from a Loop from Modifius, a couple other things. There's the Talsorian Games booth right there. That's on the screen right now. Pondsmith and the guys. The Witcher, yeah. Cool stuff. Now, Modifius, they did a new RPG, the Fallout RPG. They did Conan and some others that I love. Got to be honest, I'm not really sure about the Fallout RPG. I got to flip through the book. I didn't read anything. I just literally opened and flipped. And it was only like 135 pages or so. And it looked to be all the pictures from the board game. Hey, there I am. Look, there I am. It looked to be like all the pictures from the board game, from the Fallout board game, like pictures of the miniatures from the board game in the RPG book. And so I don't know how that's going to turn out. I have the PDF version that I might be diving into at some point of the game. I'm not sure what to make of it, though, at first glance, but you never know. Cool stuff. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so speaking of RPGs, I played my first RPG in like 15 years. Richard from Game Trade Media had sent me a message a few weeks back asking if I would like to play Kids on Bikes with him. And I was like, I was kind of anxious about it. I've never met the guy. I haven't played RPGs in forever. Like, I guess so. Yeah, man, pencil me in, And I didn't hear anything else from him. And that was like 4 weeks ago. So on Thursday, the day before I was supposed to play with him, I sent him a message on Facebook just going, hey, man, are you still playing Kids on Bikes? Is there any room for me? If not, no big deal. And he goes, yeah, man, absolutely. We're playing at 5 p.m. tomorrow night and be at this hotel, this room number. I'm like, okay. All right. So I go out there and I go to I finally kind of wander around because I couldn't find the hotel. And I finally find the hotel and I go upstairs to this room. And I'm like, it's actual room number. I thought it was going to be like a... we call them like a convention room or whatever, like a meeting room or something like that. It wasn't. It was a hotel room. And I was like, and I walked down to the door and I walked back. And I was like, do I go in? Like my anxiety's kicking in, all that kind of stuff. Do I go in? Do I knock? What's going on? So then, let me pause this. So I go up there and let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let me get this up. So I go in there and I'm like, am I on the right spot? And they're like, yeah, man, come on in. And there's 2 tables, giant tables with 4 microphones set in front of them and a table in the middle where DM's going to sit. And I'm like, yeah, a conference room. Thank you, Wes. And I'm like, and there's these giant cameras and lights everywhere. And I'm like, I thought we were just going to be, I thought we were just going to be like hanging out, just us playing. I didn't know we were going to be streaming it. And so here we are, like, bam, playing my first RPG in like 15 years. And here I am on this giant stream with a whole bunch of people watching. Alex, the GM, was like I think he was a professional GM. Dude is fantastic. Just had a blast. It was like 2 hours long on stream. I was super nervous, but I had so much fun. The guys were great. And Kids on Bikes actually held together a lot better than I thought it would when I did the deep dive. What's fascinating is my very first deep dive into an RPG on stream was Kids on Bikes. And the first RPG that I actually end up playing in 15 years is Kids on Bikes. How cool is that, you guys? How cool is that? But yeah, it was totally awesome. Hopefully we can do it again. He said maybe we can meet up at PAX U and continue on where we left off. We took our character sheet, or actually Alex took our character sheet. I took a picture of it. And so that'd be cool to kind of pick up where we left off. But it was cool seeing, meeting all these guys and playing an RPG. It was so cool, guys. If you have a chance, just somebody asks you to play an RPG, just do it. I know it's kind of weird at first, and if you've never done it, it's kind of scary. Just do it. It's so much fun. It's so laid back. You don't have to do it on a stream like this. You can if you want to, but I definitely would again. So much fun. And just thanks to Game Trade Media and Richard out there for inviting me. Had a blast. Thank you so much. All right, let me pause this. I think, let me see. I wanted to show you guys some more of these pictures. I'm just going to kind of flip through these pictures with you guys and kind of tell you some more of the stuff I was going on. So there's my character sheet from Kids on Bikes. My name was Elijah Sinclair, and I was actually Richard's brother in the game. I was 11 years old, and my biggest fear was embarrassment in front of my peers. You can tell like my strengths were where I was lucky, I was quick healing, cool under pressure. My flaws was that I was prim and self-centered. Now, Richard was supposedly my older brother. I should have put a link in there. I'll put a link to the Great Game Trade Media in the description, so you guys can watch this. It's like 2 hours long, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I kind of played the younger brother that was cooler than his older brother. So I was the popular kid. And so I was kind of bossy and stuff like that. And it was tons of fun. So yeah, got my picture there of that. Now, these were super cute. There's like these little dragon things, and you could wrap them around your hand, and they would just stay in whatever shape. I ended up getting my daughter one. They're kind of expensive, but it glows in the dark, and my daughter's 11, and she went absolutely nuts over it. And so, yeah, I had to take a picture of that, show you guys. She loves it. And she named it Violet, and she said she's very shy and hard to get to know, but then she's very faithful, and she's very courageous in times of danger, and she will keep me safe. So, yeah, there you go. There's me and Viking Myke. Me and Viking Myke are kind of like the odd couple. I'm kind of prim corporate guy. He's tattooed Viking dude, and wears the Thor hammer around his neck that we always call an anchor. Hey, were you a sailor? Because that's like an anchor, right? But yeah, we were inseparable. We went everywhere together for the most part, and just had a blast hanging out everywhere we went. So you'll see a lot of pictures of me and Myke. We just got along so great. Great guy. And this was kind of cool. So right when you walked in, Viking Myke, dude, he's awesome. Right when you walk into Gen Con through the front doors, there's a lot of front doors, but like the front doors, there's these cards set up like this, and it was huge. It was like giant. And they have these stacks of Magic the Gathering cards, or playing cards, or Pokemon, whatever. And you could just come up and grab a stack of cards, and you could start building these houses. You could fold the cards to make it easier, And you would see people, kids, adults, whatever, just sitting here, and they would go up here and kind of like to take a break from the chaos of the convention. And it was just really, really cool to help you kind of chill out and kind of, ease your mind. Even with there's chaos going on outside, all around you, this kind of helps you just kind of center yourself and get in, especially like my son who wasn't there. One of my sons has Asperger's, and he would have definitely needed something like this to kind of, help him focus and calm himself. And I think it's fantastic that they did this. And kind of the only rule was try not to knock over anybody else's stuff, but you could build whatever you want. You could add to other people's stuff too. Just try not to knock it over if you can. Yeah, really cool stuff. Cardhalla, is that what that's called? It was really, really neat. Gigantic though, man. It was really fun. I just like the way that they did this kind of stuff. This type of stuff, to me, just makes it super cool. It went from cool to super cool. It's not just a place where you go buy stuff. There's a whole community around it. So really, really awesome. Yeah, so there's a few more pictures of Card Hall. Yeah, there it is right there. It says the name. Thank you, Jade. So, yeah, I didn't know what to call it. Card Hall. There it is right there. And it was just so cool, man. So cool. How many pictures did you take of this town? Lots, apparently. So, yeah, all types of cards from all types of different games. Lots of fun. Cosplayers, man. These guys were on stilts. Cosplayers were everywhere. Oh, it's a fundraiser. Thanks, Jade. I did not know that. I read through the thing, and I couldn't quite get what it was. It said you could donate cards and stuff like that, but I didn't see anything more than that. So I'll have to dig in a little bit further on that because I really like that, and I want to promote that for next year if they're still doing that. I think that's a great thing. Don't know what the charity's for or whatever, but we'll have to look into it. Yeah, people were cosplaying all over the place. These guys were pretty badass, like big bloody swords and cloths. They're on stilts, so they were like 10 feet tall, and yeah, people were just cosplaying everywhere. Now they kind of had the cosplayers. If you're standing out in the main hallway, they had you kind of had them behind this line so that they wouldn't just block all the aisles up with people. But you would still see cosplayers wandering through the halls and through the convention hall as well. So it was pretty awesome. Let me see. Yeah, so me and Myke again. Myke said that I look like this dude, and so he's like, "Man, come on, Tim. This is you, dude. This is you. Sit down. Let's get a picture." And so that's me and Viking Myke kind of hanging out with this dude, and I'm sure he's probably somebody super famous that I should know, and I don't know who it is. But there you go. Okay, so Jade says last day you can throw coins to destroy it. They do it every year. Oh, that's how they. Okay, that sounds cool. So you guys that are watching a restream, like you don't see this in chat, it's because Jade is talking to me in Misfits at Tabletop, which is a private closed Facebook group, so it doesn't go through the restream chat. So that's it. So join us there, guys. It's a cool place. We're chill. Another pic of me and Myke with the dude. Then we went out with some friends, went to a couple bars. This was a place called Dick's where they make fun of you. The waiters and everything are really rude. It's very loud and obnoxious, which kind of fits our personality a little bit as a group. So I had a lot of fun meeting a whole lot of new people that I just talked to online for a while, and that was pretty cool. This was a couple of outfits that I ended up buying for myself. They kind of chafe though, No, I didn't buy them. I just thought like you would see really cool stuff being made, like this chainmail, all handmade stuff. This one I did buy for me, and I'm wearing it right now. No, I didn't. But they had really cool like handmade stuff all over the place. Look at this necklace too, pretty badass. Let's see, and then it was time to tear down. And it was kind of a bummer. The last night I didn't take any pictures. But we ended up going to this badass steakhouse, and just the D-verse crew, me, Scott, Jay, and Myke, and we went to this incredible steakhouse. I can't remember the name of it, but it was absolutely fantastic. Big, giant, juicy steaks, and we ate until we almost got sick, and it was fantastic. And but yeah, there's a couple pictures of us tearing down our booth, packing everything up. You see Jay kind of looking around. Scott's way behind the booth back there. You can see him peeking out. And yeah, then it was time to put. It was St. Elmo's. Yes, Wes. It was St. Elmo's. It was absolutely incredible. But yeah, there's Targ's little home. It's his crate. It's all padded in there. He gets strapped down in there like a boss. And so yeah, that's time for it's another video thing. That's time for Targ to take a nap, and we'll get him home here really soon from shipping him back, make sure that he's okay, and get him back in the air conditioner where he likes it, I'm sure. So anyways, guys, it was an absolutely fantastic trip. It was my first Gen Con ever, and even if you're not into nerd culture, if you're not super into playing games or RPGs even, just go check it out sometime. Just go check it out. And if you wander around, if you open up your mind, like I heard a couple people say, like the atmosphere was just about people buying stuff. Well, yeah, inside the exhibit hall, that's what it's all about. But if you start wandering around, you can go to these different panels where you can learn all types of new stuff. You can go to these different gigantic rooms and play games all you want. They had video game rooms, for crying out loud. Go play video games all day. It has something for everyone. And if you just go there, especially just stay there for a day, 2 days, and you get immersed in the culture and it becomes kind of part of you. And Scott said it that, I think he said last year, he won't miss another Gen Con unless he can help it. He will be there. And I kind of feel the same way. It's one of those must go, even if I never go back with a company or whatever. It's something that I would go just as a patron, and because it was such an incredible experience. Yeah, of course you're tired, your feet hurt, but it was all just so exciting. It was just a blast. So anyways, that's kind of my experience. I might give a little bit more thoughts. I'm going to do a little blog on this, I think, and I think, get a chance to kind of dive a little bit deeper into just not just the stories of what happened, but just maybe some more, I guess, in-depth thoughts about observations, more philosophical type things that always kind of hit me later on. I might do a little bit of blog on that. So I'll look forward to that. I'll post it on Misfits Tabletop and some other stuff. So, all right, I guess that's it for me tonight. You guys, if you have any questions, throw them down into the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, put them down in the comment section. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button right down there. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. I don't spam you or nothing. Just let you know when I'm posting up a new video. It always helps out. Hey, leave a comment. I love seeing those comments on the YouTube videos, especially. I just love coming in and going, hey, what do they say? And some people are making some great comments where I mess up stuff from the RPGs that I'm doing, and that's okay. Because remember, I'm just learning from the book itself, and I don't play RPGs that much. And so when I'm reading the book, they have to teach me, a total newbie, exactly how it works right from the book. And I can't go ask somebody else. I need to learn it right from the book, just like if you would if you were on a desert island and you found this book. And so I'm going to make mistakes, guys, and that's okay. And I appreciate you correcting me so I can get it right and other people can get it right as well as they watch the videos back. So anyways, that's it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. We will see you all tomorrow night on some more Logician Tim Learns. Good night. Goodbye.